Do you ever feel like you're singing a song, but you're not really communicating anything? You're just saying words and singing notes, but what you want to really say isn't coming across? Well, let's talk about how to sing with feeling and what that means. But before we go into it, please consider subscribing to my channel to receive more of these videos that I will put out on a regular basis. I remember since the beginning of my musical studies, which started at age 6, that pretty much all my teachers at some point or another were asking me to play or sing with feeling. And I remember that for the longest time, I had not the foggiest idea of what that meant. I was like, what does it mean? What feeling? What am I supposed to do? How does it work? I remember my very first guitar performance. I was singing a song and accompanying myself. My teacher had chosen that song for me, and I was about 7, and I was singing this song in front of the audience, and there were a lot of people, what to me seemed a lot of people at the time. And at some point I got to this line where the song says, "There are too many people here, otherwise I would make love with you right here at the train station." And I remember everybody burst out laughing, and I couldn't understand why they were laughing. But honestly, I couldn't even understand what I was saying. And so that is an example of singing something that you have no idea what you're singing, and therefore it's not really backed up by anything, any experience that you may have had. And so it's a little bit empty that way. Of course, for a 7-year-old kid, it's cute. You know, people laugh and they thought it was cute probably. But at the same time, it brings up an issue which many singers have, which is, I'm saying these things, they don't mean anything to me. And why? Well, in order to mean something, you have to have experienced that which you're talking about in your music. So you can't express that which you don't have and you don't know. So, for example, if you sing a love song, it will be a lot more effective if you have experienced being in love at least once in your life and trying to recapture, if you're not in love right now when you're singing it, but try to recapture that feeling and what it felt like. Because when you do, and then you sing the song, what you put out is a lot more authentic, genuine, and fresh, and people will really resonate. Because see, the audience hears the notes, hears the words you're saying, but most of all, they resonate with the feeling. And if the feeling is clear, what you put out is clear, people will receive it way more deeply than just listening to words. So it's very, very important to develop that which you talk about. I remember years ago, there was a contest that I was following on TV for young, talented musicians back in Switzerland, where I lived, which is where I grew up. And there was this young woman, very good pianist. She performed the first time. She was really, really good, technically super prepared. And then, you know, she got to the semi-finals, and then she had to perform again. And she played exactly the same concerto, I think it was Chopin. But the second time, it actually felt different. There was just a depth of feeling in what she was playing. There was definitely not there the first time. And I felt it, and everybody felt it. So later on, she was interviewed, and the interviewer asked her, you know, I noticed this. What is different? What made your second performance so different? And she got a little shy, and she blushed a little bit, and she said, I have a boyfriend now. We just fell in love during this last month, and it's so beautiful. And so she was basically now playing and expressing through her music something that wasn't there before for her. Before, it was just an affirmation. It wasn't really real experience. And so that made her music more meaningful and deeper than the first time. So whatever your songs are about, if you want to express freedom, love, compassion, kindness, all kinds of qualities and feelings that you want your music to express. You need to have those feelings in you. You have to have them in your life. You have to be kind, compassionate, loving, and you have to have a certain degree of inner freedom that you can really express what freedom is really all about. And guess what? If you don't have these qualities and you want to sing about them, cultivate them. We can all cultivate these feelings. I'm serious. If you want to talk about kindness and you're rude when you talk to your spouse or your children or your friends, you're not going to be very convincing in singing about kindness. So what I suggest you do is spend some significant amount of time as you prepare for your performance of that particular song to cultivate that feeling and try to really let it blossom in you, because it's already there. It's just that it's kind of drowned out and suffocated by other things. So just let it uncover, let it come out. And then you'll see that when you sing about it, it will come from a place of authenticity, and people will feel that. And it will make a huge difference in your singing, in the impact you have on your audience. Think, for example, of the song What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Every time I hear that song, and mind you, I'm not a fan of Louis Armstrong's voice. It's just the opposite of what I teach. It's raspy and it's such a particular voice. It's his style, it's his voice. But what I love about that song is I really feel his love for people as he sings it. There's a genuine feeling that comes across that is so beautiful, and it makes that song really shine for me. And it's just his feeling. It's what he puts in it. It's not the voice. It's not the lyrics, although the lyrics are beautiful and the notes are beautiful. It's a beautiful song. But that feeling is what really opens up your heart when you listen to it and makes it such a beautiful song. So to sum it up, whatever you want to sing about, whatever your music, your song is all about, make sure that that feeling, that quality is in you. And if it's not, acquire it, cultivate it. In this respect, music can be also a tool for us to help us become better people, to help us grow as human beings. It's not just entertainment, and it doesn't help only us to grow, but when you put it across so authentically, it resonates with your audience, and they also are uplifted, and so your music helps them as well to grow as human beings. And one last thing I want to add is that in order to express any feeling through your music in a clear way, in a way that it comes across very directly, one of the best things you can do is to really put aside your ego as a singer. Don't think about yourself too much when you sing. Think about the music. Think about being there for your audience. Think about helping, sharing, giving. Don't think about yourself. And the more you do that, the more you're able to reach them where they are. So one last thing I want to say is that I don't think the world needs more egotistical singers. It needs more singers who are actually able to genuinely express feelings that we all recognize as being important to inspire us, to uplift us, and ultimately to really be better people. So this was very helpful to me when I finally figured out how to sing and play with more feeling. So I hope it's helpful to you as well. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. And otherwise, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.